Alright, y'all. We'll see how this goes. I am, roboBOREALIS. I'm gonna be playing some games. This is the Making of KARATEKA. A very old video game, but this is like a documentary slash video game of a game. Pretty interesting concept. We'll see how it goes. My goal for the summer is to finish KARATEKA. If it's half as big as a dream, that should launch me into the video game world. The Making of KARATEKA. Making of a masterpiece. How did a teenager with an Apple II design one of the most influential games of the time? Explore the making of Jordan Mecker's KARATEKA below. What options we got? Yeah, that looks right. One. Teenage programming prodigy Jordan Mecker didn't want to wait around to get into the video game industry. But not when he had an Apple II in his dreams. He just needed a killer idea. Introduction. Playing the movies. 1984, Road Bunder released the debut game of the young developer named Jordan Mecker. KARATEKA would prove to be one of the most influential games of the era, inspiring a generation of designers with its many groundbreaking leaps in cinematic techniques, animation, story, and character music. Ooh. What? Let me show a caption.
So, this is a MediaMate, and it contains a bunch of 5 1/4 inch discs. There's a lot of classics here, including Wolfenstein and Beyond Castle Wolfenstein, which inspired us later.
I probably had a disc.
And just behind that is the game, KARATEKA. Love it. It's so good.
I remember seeing KARATEKA and wanting it, and then not having enough money to buy it. But I think I saved up some money, and I eventually went back and got it. I was sold on the box artwork alone. Kind of told a story. I remember the illustration was really well done, and again, just kind of told a story of what that game was. And yeah, eventually I picked it up and started playing it.
When I first loaded it up, what I expected was something down the lines of Karate Champ or similar head-to-head beat-em-ups.
And again,
instead, what I got was a cinematic experience.
And
that's what blew my mind. Right? The fact that it started with, a text crawl, right out of, which to my mind, that was right out of Star Wars, right? That cinematic experience is the thing that was just amazing, right? It was the most movie-like experience I'd ever had in a video game at that point.
It really felt like, you're a karate hero in a movie. That's fantastic. All the other things feel like bleeps and bloops, and this is like, movie making. It was amazing.
Yeah, I was just very impressed by the fluidity of the animation. And the kicks look great. The punches look great. They were always capped off with a little bit of a sound, a little kia. Yeah, the fluidity of the motion, I think, really set the stage for the rest of what I
That's better, I bet.
about that game.
All right.
The animation was cool, and that was very innovative, obviously, at the time. The process and the beginning of animation getting better and better, right? And more cinematic.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully this sounds a little bit better.
Taking cues from the movie industry. But I think the story, I think the storytelling was probably one of the first, I can't think of.
Strengths and weaknesses. You've got to remember the level
sounds a lot
graphics
better now.
that
Cool.
people
Thanks,
were
guys.
doing at that time, and they were on the sophisticated side for that time.
KARATEKA was historically a very significant game, and it saw the future before anybody else did. Part of it was because it understood the language of cinema, that visuals mattered, that full motion mattered, that human beings and characters and characterization, and storytelling and music mattered in a way that we take for granted now when we see games. Games that are at least as complex as films.
You know, a common knock against a lot of game developers today is that they want to be movie makers. But gosh, you could almost look at Karateka as sort of the original apple from the tree of knowledge there. It was really, in a lot of ways, the first game that put together fluidity of motion, cinematic shots, story arc, twists, filmic language, and pointed the way towards a marriage of film, movie style storytelling and gameplay.
Karateka. All right, what is this? So that was the introduction video. So the next, Jordan Mecca. Born in 1964, Jordan Mecca quickly developed a love for cartooning and visioning a career. That all changed when he discovered computers. By the 13, he was contributing math-heavy articles at the Apple II. In the Search of Pi, the Pascal's Triangle, what's it all about? Okay. Apple II, part of the first wave of home computers and sold in April 1977. Apple II color graphics is, easy for early favorite and first device that introduced computers. Home is millions of computers for Americans. This quickly created a mass market for video game software open to any Apple II owner skilled enough to create some. Jordan with two family friends in circa 1979, making a little game back there. Apples and Asteroids, more than 14 years. Let's watch the game.
You actually got started when you kept going to the local arcade and you kept borrowing quarters to put in the arcade machine to do, what was it, not Star Wars.
Space Invaders?
No.
Asteroids?
Asteroids, yeah. You were completely addicted to Asteroids. Every day you couldn't wait to go to the arcade to put some more quarters in that machine. To play Asteroids.
And that was 1980, so by then I was already in high school. It's pretty embarrassing if I was borrowing quarters from you.
From everybody. Yeah. But I gave you the quarters, and then you decided you had to program your own Asteroids. Why leave it to the arcade? And you said, I can do this on my computer. You were caricaturing when you were 9 years old.
The caricaturing, yeah.
But you did it because you wanted to use the money to buy an Apple computer.
The way I remember it, I was 12, 13 years old. I was doing the caricatures, I was doing the Cookie magazine, my Mad magazine parody. And really I wanted to do comics and animated films, but this was before computers came along. So I think if the Apple II hadn't been invented when it was, I probably
just squirted
would have just
myself.
making comics.
Okay, but I remember that you went to those street fairs, to those town fairs, to earn money to buy yourself an Apple computer.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know what the money was going to be for, but it was, at least in the beginning.
Yeah, but later on, you were definitely trying to save up I think you needed $900 to buy an Apple computer.
Yeah, $1,200.
$1,200.
That was the price of a 16K
So,
Apple II.
So to translate that into today's money, you can multiply maybe by 6. It's real money.
I know it was all the money I had.
Yeah.
And that even after doing the caricature.
1,200. God, that was 7,000-8,000 back then. I mean, well,
so then you started.
that's what it would feel like today.
So the first one was Asteroids.
Asteroids was actually, I mean, it took a couple of years to get to that point because my first games were in BASIC. You know, There was a game called Breakout on the Apple II. It had colored blocks, and you have a kind of a paddling. It's very simple. It's a ball bouncing, and you try to knock out the blocks.
Whoopsies.
And so I would look at these programs written in BASIC and try to deconstruct how they'd been done. And IBM had the Thomas J. Watson Research Center Explorers program. Once a week, my friend Adrian would drive me after high school to IBM, and they would let us kids come in and use the computers after hours. So that's where I first started learning how to program BASIC and APL.
That's really cool. I love that.
And then with the Apple, it had BASIC, but it
Learning
also
some
had
BASIC
machine
after
language,
school.
which was more of a mystery. It took
Machine language is a mystery, dude.
I remember that you did program asteroids. You worked on that quite a while, and it was so good, such a good replica of asteroids that a New Jersey company bought it from you. They paid you a lot of money.
Well, maybe I think it was $400.
That was a lot of money.
Wow.
It was a lot of money, and it was the first money that I'd earned by programming.
Yeah.
And I was keeping track of
it. It was fabulous, and you had a royalty position, and you thought you would make a lot more money from the royalty, but then they got sued, and they had to stop the whole thing because it was too good a replica of asteroids.
Yeah, that's right. That's almost exactly how it happened. The best-selling Apple game at that time was Space Invaders, and they sold, I don't know how many, but
a lot,
I figured
probably.
out that if I could do that for asteroids, that would be my ticket.
Yeah, and you were right. I mean, if they hadn't gotten sued, you would have.
I like this old man's voice. It's kind of fun.
About the time that Atari kind of figured out what was going on, and they sent threatening letters to all of the new game publishers saying you can't publish copies of our games, and the asteroids never got
That was a
published.
big letdown.
On the dotted lines is there were a few Apple II versions of popular arcade games. Clones like the one Jordan created could be quite lucrative. Hayden Software, publisher of the popular chess game Sargon, gave 16-year-old Jordan $750 advance for a 15% royalties on the asteroids. Asteroid Blaster. Jordan's Asteroid game went through several title changes, but it was first Asteroid Belt. By the time of the prototype in 1981, it was Asteroid Blaster, and in this version, the graphics were still highly reminiscent of the arcade game on which it was unofficially based. Ooh, yeah. Man, this is such a cool. Oh, how do I? Oops. That's cool. Let's play that. Let's see what game like this. So, what is this? Oh, there we go. Where's my guy? Oh, there I am. Okay. Oh gosh, that was fast and quick. I'm dead. Alright. I got another dude. Looks like. There's 3 up there. Oh! Oh, okay. Oh, that's a big boost. Oh, buddy. Another load. One more dude. I got one more guy left, I think. Maybe not. Oh. No. Maybe not. I don't know what happened. Can't do anything. Well, I guess we quit? I don't know. I guess so. Yeah, sure. Alright, then Jordan Mecker, Yale man. In the fall of 1981, he was 17, Jordan at Yale University. Goddamn. A few hours train ride from his family home in, that word, New York. That is not a 17-year-old kid. Is that a 17-year-old kid? No. Star Blaster in 19, still not paused Jordan's game, and was requesting that he make further changes to make it less similar to arcade games. More title changes first to Space Rocks, then to Star Blaster. Oh, got a triangle instead of a... Whoa, no! Should have blasted away. This is just the same game, just like... You changed like the design of like the ship, that's it. Maybe the colors? Like it looks more purple and green, I guess. Ah! Ooh, got a smiley face or whatever that was. Whoa! That was a mushroom guy got me. Hey, did I beat the stage? Oh, whoa! Just randomly spawn stuff, okay. Yep, okay. Jordan the Journaler at the beginning of his second year in Smith began keeping a daily journal. Maybe that is a 17-year-old kid. 3 game comes of having began at Star Blaster, Jordan started generating several ideas for original games, sticking with the arcade shooter genre. His intent was to write 3 or 4 games during first summer break. Some details: Plague, Bubble Blaster, and Satellite, later called Earth. Ah, cool. I love this game design stuff. Enter Death Bounce. In the end, the game Jordan decided to create was Death Bounce, another take on the asteroid genre. This would feature multicolored bouncing balls that ricochet off the wall in the arenas. Oh, ricochet off the walls. That's different. Version of Death Bounce 82 implements the elements Jordan seen in the original design paper. Multicolored balls bouncing haphazardly around the playfield, plus a large white ball called the Rover. The prisoner. This that specifically targeted the player's ship that players can put on a temporary shield that causes the enemy to bounce off the walls. Alright. Ooh, much better graphics. I like it. Oh, nice. I got a bonus. All right, bonus 200. All right, cool game. Death Bounce 2. Jordan began working on the Death Bounce 2. Mailed his new version to Brunderbird. Rover ball was now wedge shaped. On player screen, gauge now showed your remaining shield. Ball's now cycled through a series of colors. Okay. Very similar still. Oh, well, that was unfair. Oh, I got the shield. How can I turn it off? Oh, I can turn it off. I like that, boo-boo. Nice. Tiny Planet description of this game. Brunderbird once stored in a program at Apple II standard play on asteroids. Can land on the different asteroids, and Tiny Person can jump on this. Man, okay. Jordan's third version of the Deathbound, adding elements of Carlton's suggestions, the joystick option, more animation on the bouncing balls, and a little man resembling the people in Brunberg's game Choplifter, who climbs in and out of the spaceship. Okay. Number 3. Oh, where's my oh, that's cute. All right. And I see the animation. That's cool. Oh, and I got. Whoa. Oh, buddy. I see the little guy running. That's good. That's. I see where this is going. I like it. Skipping class, making games. Jordan was an undergraduate at the prestigious Yale, but his obsession with perfecting the game. Yeah. Deathbounce gets an intro. Jordan spent 82 making that would turn out to be the final update of Deathbounce. It had a story of brief cinematic sequences. They boarded a space train, advancing from car to car, defeating enemies. Okay. Final version of Deathbounce. Bouncing balls are now eggs thrown by mother bat. Wow. Which become smaller bats if not taken care of. The wedge shaped. Okay. Let's see how that goes then. Oh, wow. This is. Wow, big update. Go to the front of the train. Okay. Oh, I see what's going on here. Whoa, that's fast. Why is it so fast now? Some good animations even for this time. My gosh, okay. Let's see, this is even the hardest part of the game. Okay. Okay, got it. Can't shoot. There we go. There we go. Boom. There is like no in between. It's just on or off, and it's super fast. Nope. Yeah. Whoa. Oh. Kidding me? That was in. Ah, that was in. Abandoned ship. What happened? I must have gotten hit, I guess. Too late. Oh, I guess there was a way I could have abandoned ship. Final version of Deathbound in front of focus groups of gamers who delivered fairly harsh criticism. They passed these along, man. Basket boring. Third item is expected tweaks, new monsters. Full year Jordan to officially sign the game and pay him on advance. Nice.
You did another one which was called Deathbounce, right?
Yeah, amazing. I'm amazed you can remember that. Yes, it was Deathbounce.
Deathbounce, yeah.
And it was kind of like asteroids, but just different enough to be original. Instead of the asteroids, it was bouncing colored balls, like pool balls that ricocheted off the sides of the screen.
So what happened to that?
Well, that was the first game that I sent to Broderbund.
Oh yeah.
And I was in college. I was in my dorm room freshman year when the phone rang, and it was Doug Croston, the president of Broderbund, saying thanks for sent the game on a floppy disk, in the mail. That's how they did it then.
He was in college, and by his own admission, spending a lot more time learning to program than studying sociology or whatever it was he was majoring in down at Yale. He sent, I think his very first submission was something called Death Bounce. And I actually thought he was a pretty good coder, especially for somebody who obviously wasn't.
He was a pretty good coder for his age.
He
Jeez.
was doing it a lot more full-time than I realized.
And he said, you know, it's well programmed, you know, you're a good programmer, but this game is just a little bit old-fashioned.
There was no plot, there was no story, there was nobody you cared about, there were just balls bouncing around doing different things. And although you could get away with that, I just thought it would be a much better product, not that particular one, but if he would try to come up with a storyline, a backstory for what he was doing. I did try to make it as much a not rejection as I could by telling him that I thought he was a keeper and he just needed to work on something that was a little bit different.
I got that phone call and he said, I'm going to send you our new game, which is a big hit called Choplifter, so you can see what this year's games look like.
That was Danny Gorlin, and it was a straight submission. And initially there wasn't a game. He just was really interested in what it would take to make a joystick fly a helicopter on the screen.
Okay.
And then he added a little rescue thing, and we eventually, with him, turned it into a game.
And Choplifter was, you controlled a helicopter. And
Choplifter, you said that earlier. That was gaming.
Kind of based on the Iran hostage crisis.
Oh, wow.
And you had to fly your helicopter and rescue these little, 8-pixel high characters who are running around in the desert. It's a very simple game by today's standards, but what struck me about it was that it told a story.
That inspired you to think about Karateka?
Yeah, because when I saw Choplifter, it's like the state of the art of games had advanced. And that was kind of a revelation to me, because I realized that all the games that I'd been trying to make, Asteroids and Death Bounce, were really inspired by those coin-op arcade games, where you had 3 lives and you tried to rack up as many points as you could. But then with the home computers, games were sold on floppy disks, so you actually owned the game. So when I saw Choplifter, I realized that there's no need to make those kind of games, where people are going to keep playing to try to get a high score. A game can actually have an end. At the end of Choplifter, it doesn't say game over.
Yeah.
Put your quarter in, it says the end. And so that was
the end instead of the game over. I like that. Oh, man.
To do a game that would also tell a story.
Psyched for Karateka. Fuck Deathbound, what a waste. Would there even be a Karateka if Deathbound has succeeded? Only after attempting to get rich quick off conversations of arcade games that Jordan landed an originality inspired on his own interest. Chapter 2. An idea takes shape while developing Deathbound. Jordan works on a karate tournament simulator, but the early concept. Different sort of game. Playing the 1980 video game was inspired by a pizza place. One slice removed. Jordan's inspiration would have come from elsewhere. Pizza with one slice removed. I know he's talking about Pac-Man. Jordan had several arcade-style games where he wanted to work on during that '82 break. The first one he got started was on Earth, in which the player has to protect the blue planet at the center of the screen from various attacks. Okay, like a missile command, maybe? What the fuck? Oh my god, he's hand-writing BASIC and shit? Oh, what a trooper. This is beautiful. This is beautiful shit. Look at this. You can see this guy's like mad scrawlings of like this design that he had. I love it. Yeah, let's see this. Okay. Little satellite, little Earth. That's a good little image. The satellite looks like it's not quite a circle, but most of the circle. Origins of Karateka. Japanese martial art and karate was exploding in popularity in the 80s, and many members of Mechner's family began taking lessons. This inspired Jordan to create one-on-one martial arts games simulating karate. Karate game. Let's see, these designs for karate game. Okay, this wasn't one on. Man, look at this early fighting game. Top, center, bottom, 7 punches. How would you do this? You only had like, well, I guess you had a whole keyboard, but you only had like, not a whole keyboard. You had a. Games were basic. How did you think of this? Chest, block. Okay. Left and right, block punch, front kick, side kick, movement, head. You can move all those. No way you can move all those. Hit points, possible injuries. Okay. 1 QT. Okay. So left, wow, left, right. So we have block, punch, front kick. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, look at that. Instant knockouts, regular knockouts, broken knees, dead legs, people in pain. This is wild. Karateka development plan. I'll do this on Twitch more often. Jordan's original 14-week development plan for one-on-one version of Karateka dated 82. He wanted to have it with Bunders by Christmas. Plan of development for Karateka. I like his handwriting a lot. Week 1, week 2. Man, he's doing a bunch in a week. This is fucking early Scrum planning. I love this. Animated Adventures. I was excited about the karate game. He was pursuing another bold idea, which we called Animated Adventure in one summer of 82. Damn, summer 82 is a big one for him. It would have taken the popular graphic adventure game genre and added an animated character control with a joystick. The breakthrough 84 would eventually be the first to do this. Damn. Motherfucker was making King's Quest before King's Quest. Look at this. Soon after Jordan's sketching out of Karateka, another one came along to take away from his spare time. That November, a local New Haven software company called Computech contracted Jordan to produce an educational game called Alphabet, later ABCs. ABCs, I like it. Animated musical scenes, okay. Various sketch and design documents proposed animation for the karate. Oh, there's more pictures of this. Ant, X-ray, oh cute. TV, skull. That's a cool skull picture. Dude, actually, I'll go back and snap that. It's a good picture. Character animation. Various sketches, designs, proposed animations, Karateka likely from different time periods. Jordan continued to evolve the fundamental lines. Oh, look at this. Might be leaving here soon. But let's keep going for now. Look at this. Tension, bow, stance. Another kick, hide kick, side kicks. Oh, these charts. These are like the different Side kick, front kick, yeah, right punch or whatever. Yeah, I don't know what those lines are saying. Oh, that's for the joystick, maybe. I no longer plan to do karate on the mat, Jordan wrote. I've got a scenario. The game would be now a single-player adventure in which a lone karate invades a villain's hideout and rescues a beautiful maiden. Initially, Jordan envisioned the player deploying on an island by parachute and escaping by helicopter, with the setting quickly moved to an ancient Japan in the early sketch. Helicopter escape. An early storyboard for the sequence. After the hero kills the bad guy, Dr. Nee, he finds and rescues a girl who leads him to the roof of the facility, waits helicopter. Planning out the end of the game, I like it. Like, I love this, like storyboarding it. Early mock-up screen. This screenshot recovered from Jordan's old floppy disk shows his early concept of KARATEKA. Your only possession beside your gi is a digital wristwatch, Jordan wrote. Your only possession besides your gi is a digital wristwatch. Once the time hit midnight, the villain would escape with the girl. Only way to end the game is by committing harakiri. In this scene, we see the timer and the player about to commit suicide. Wow. Another early KARATEKA graphic recovered from Jordan's floppy disk shows a pocket watch. The idea would have probably been that the player hit a key on the keyboard to bring up the time display. It's likely that he shifted from a digital wristwatch to an analog pocket watch when he shifted the setting of the game earlier. Yeah, makes sense. Jordan didn't know Japanese, so he enlisted someone who could write the game's title in kanji characters. The Japanese characters can be written either horizontally or vertically. See here. Nice. Fuck yeah. Nice early sketch logo on Libra font. That's good enough. Early storyboard. It's closer to the final version of KARATEKA. I know it's similar to the final game designs, but also cut features such as villain's exultant dance after he is defeated, and the on-screen text "Mission Rescue Princess," which was likely inspired by a similar message that appears on the beginning of the game chopper lift. Yeah, Mission Rescue Princess. I am stuffed up right now. Goodness. But to get through this, we're gonna stop. Another more detailed early storyboard. Jordan already wanted the encounter with the princess to have some interactivity, but he was still working on what that would exactly be. In his proposed version, he would approach her in a fighting stance and punch and kick her. She would fall down and you would lose the game. Oh, if you punch the girl, you would lose. That's funny. Hello, Pixel. Early sprite sheet. Another image recovered from Jordan's floppy disk is an early attempt at drawing animation like KARATEKA character. Or the character X-ray guy. Drawing's relaxed. Jordan was set on the karate adventure concept, but drawing realistic human moves was proven difficult. Fortunately, a novel solution was just around the corner. I've heard a little bit about that. So we're on chapter 3, and we're gonna stop there for now. I like this game so far. I hope you do too. I'm gonna do this more often. Probably do it on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. Figure out what's best for me, best for you. So yeah, this has been roboBOREALIS, and I'll see you soon.